Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So I'm back here just poking around in my company and just bringing you along so you can kind of understand. So I've run two more cargo missions, and yes, all I can figure out is you have to transfer the aircraft over to the area. So yes, definitely much more toward the console crowd than real flight simmers, and this is not going to be replacing any of the real career add-ons that we've become used to in Flight Sim 2020. Really of any kind, even something free like FS Economy, where there's some persistence requirement, and therefore they're giving you jobs from every place you're at, to at least, or if nothing else, you can just set up a route to go fly, but there's nothing that I can see that lets me set up a route, or even just hop in the plane and get myself there on my own. The only possibility, but I've not seen anything about it that would make me even think it's worth my effort to do that, is like, can you move in free flight mode? But those, free flight and career don't appear to be targeted. So I just landed. I got a brake system malfunction, but yet my components show no conditions. So I'm going to go ahead and do this update check, because at this point, in theory, I should have gotten to an hour. All right, so we've got landing gear to maintain, but there's nothing. Well, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Wait, the technician. So that you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and do that, and then they fix it. And yeah, the only thing I can think of too, let me go look at my overview here. Because yeah, I just don't know that there's anything. Let's see, account history. Yeah, so we haven't paid any insurance yet, but I'm just wondering if, once again, maybe it's an hour of like time playing, and yes, it only takes a few minutes to run the accelerated missions. So once again, I mean, I'm okay with something giving you those choices. Like, I don't understand what this helps me with in any way. And so I'm just finding very little benefit here. Because your recommended checkup, I guess 5 hours and 56 minutes. And it doesn't even have a last known condition, even though obviously I had done something. But once again, yes, I'm not finding any missions for the other piece. It doesn't also appear that you can do much to, like, do something about your company, and then you basically have to go in and then manage company here, and then that's like how you can get to your fleet. So it's kind of goofy. Yeah, I'm just wondering if I can get some really old. No, like, pretty much these are the same planes I had available to me several ago, so I don't know that this really changes out much, or if that just becomes, okay, I know I need 1.6 million, which will just be a lot of missions, which is not, again, terrible. But, see, like, I don't know what crew of it, like, I assume that's, a different crew, like that I could hire someone or whatever, but, it doesn't let me do that. And again, it looks like, I could, even though I bought the aircraft for almost nothing, I could sell it for 165, but then, once again, I don't have enough to do anything. But if you look at this, I just noticed, like, see, it's got zero flight hours. You know, and then the problem becomes if I go here, like I assume, yes, it'll put me nearby. And then I'll have, you know, freelancer jobs, and you can see on my immediate map, there's like nothing. And then the other problem seems to be, like, I've been taking missions, and they're getting, like, I don't want to fly up north because of the weather. So, like, I'm not getting, you know, there's none here. I mean, again, I can only imagine, like, trying to transfer. I mean, like, let's see. If I pick that, what is it going to give me? Okay, well, in theory, I could transfer still. Okay, so it's 41,000 to get myself to Europe, just so I have an idea. So I'm just worried that's going to be, like, terrible weather, and then if I don't succeed, it'll be just really not good, you know. But there's no point. It's like then you're just kind of taking missions, you know, and you're trying to stay nearby somewhere. I mean, you know, the only benefit there is I get somewhere I've not been, and I open another space up and can start seeing other missions. But it gets very difficult to say that you want to go do employee missions somewhat at this point. If you're really serious about the career mode, because then you're always having to, like, transfer yourself back to your airplane or something. So I just wanted to share that piece and at least kind of show you the maintenance and, you know, because the other thing you're able to do, so let's say, okay, because, you know, this would be, I guess, the logical one I would do. So it's going to cost me 3,200. And then, you know, you accept the mission. You know, it's 593 miles away. You know, you spend 3,000 to transfer it, and then, like, now you go to management, and you can go fuel and payload, and you can see, like, I really have nothing there, so I assume I need to at least go here. You know, and you can see where I'm at, and that shows me my total mass. You know, but if I do that and refuel my plane, you know, at least then, okay, fine, I've paid for the fuel. I've done all that. You know, and then that's what you're doing. I mean, the nice thing is, because this is a little bit longer, so I'm getting close to 100,000 instead of the 50,000 I've been getting. But all I've been doing is I can skip things and then just fly, and what I haven't tried is to skip the whole flight, because I think that is really what it's looking for when it's saying I haven't skipped. It just is caring less about the ground stuff. You know, but you'll see here quickly, I'm just kind of hanging on for a bit, so I just skipped to taxi. And then you have to listen to certain things.
There.
I did get stuck on the runway at one
point.
Now that
you're all set up, let me go over the important details with you.
The other thing someone suggested is
standard shipment for one of our clients
use
based
this,
in Pocahontas.
And this helps you determine, because this stopwatch runs differently.
Our cargo containers are built to handle turbulence, but maintain a constant flight speed. Let's keep our delivery on time and safe.
So as I speed up, that stopwatch is more realistic, where the clock down here stays the same no matter what you're doing. So see, like, I don't need to taxi, I can just skip to the runway. And then, like, I have to announce, you know, my takeoff here, and then it will let me do things. Hopefully I can move.
Taking off runway 36 departure to the north.
Because it seems there's always like a little bump or a hill here. See, and this still, it seems a little molassesy. I don't know how else to describe it. You know, but it's just less responsive, which makes me think I'm, like, set too slow. You know, because you can see how, like, I keep rolling. Because that's the thing, it's like my travel is faster, but the response is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why the brakes, well, I guess I do, because I'm fighting that. But, you know, if I go here, and then, okay, I guess I need to, probably, because it's longer, I need to set it directly to something. And then maybe, there we go. Now it'll do that. So we'll take off at this point, get ourselves, say there. Yeah, this is definitely not normal. That's better. I don't understand why I'm sitting so low. I did reset my camera, but so we're off, and we can do that, and then we can do flight level change, and it should get us somewhere. So I'll go to 2800, and what I've done is I've tended to let it just climb before I speed up, because I think that's just tempting fate a little bit. But you can see, because my other missions have been about 70 miles, so you know, they are paying me appropriately then, but it still takes 5 minutes in real time, so this will probably be 10, because I can really only go up to like 2 or 3 times. You know, and that's the thing, like if I go back here now, 1, 2, so this seems realistic. Because, yeah, the other thing is, it's like, you know, I think it lets you, people have said you can go 4 times below, below anything, or, you know, normal speed. So they're like, you can just, you know, keep hitting down, you know, until you know you've done more than you've done before, and then go from there. I can't believe we have just that much when it looked like I was doing a lot more, because that's not my, yeah, that's fuel quantity. So I put in all the fuel, but it's telling me I have 42%. So did it not fill up? Like, I don't really even understand. So that seems odd, because that looked like it was definitely much more full, which is what I was going for. So does it just keep track of the fuel separately? So the whole thing, I'm just not impressed with what they've done with the career mode, sadly. I was really hopeful that it might be something. So now if I'm gonna speed this up, I usually do it to 3. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, and that's as far as I'll go. And now if I go here, see, now you can see the stopwatch is moving in several seconds at a time. But if I go down on my panel here, whoop, sorry, no, I don't have my head tracking on. See, it's still just, it looks normal. So that's why people are like, yeah, there's no way to tell. And so someone had suggested the stopwatch on the EFB, which is a new feature of 2024. But you can see, you know, it's still going to take a bit, and you still get some bouncing. And I'm in red lines, so I don't want to be doing that. So, and then basically on the cargo flights, at least on the one I was doing, it never asked me for any tower change. I mean, it may do that here because of the distance, so it's possible, but I'll keep an eye on that. I just wanted to share that with you and go from there. One of the things I might try to do, I think I'm going to try, since it doesn't, you know, I don't have to pay again and again, I'm going to go ahead and try to do my helicopter licensing, and just see how challenging that's going to be, and see if I can pass it and so forth. And I'll probably bring you along for that for at least a little bit. I mean, if I can't do it well and I'm just crashing, like, obviously then I'll go offline again, but just let you guys see how that works and what they suggest you do for helicopter. Because at this point what I'm starting to figure out is career mode is like, it's definitely as geared as I think I've said at the start to the console folks. You're looking for some goals, you're looking for some progression that you can really track, and you're not handling it some other way where I think anyone who's kind of been in the previous versions, you know, we've gotten used to having some sort of career add-on or doing a virtual airline or doing something where there's tracking outside the sim, but you know, if you're on Xbox, that becomes more difficult. So let me get this done, and I'll be back probably with helicopter stuff. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I'm back here for a second because, yeah, I was still 20 miles away and I had 9% fuel. So in a panic, I hit the skip ahead to descent. It left my fuel about where I was at, which was nice. But again, you saw me fill it. So it seems like it ignores what you're doing on your fuel. And again, it was part of my mission setup. So that's a significant problem. You know, and this also, you know, you shouldn't be holding short in front of that line. You're supposed to cross the line to vacate the runway.
29674 is taxiing to
So
parking.
again, I'm just going to skip to shutdown because I know I don't need that, but I may at this point, because I did skip to descent, I may have lost the money for not skipping. We'll find out in a moment here. Which will stink because then I'll only make like 50,000, but I almost ran out of stuff. So I don't know. So we did well with the XP side of it. Yeah, see, but I didn't get the skip, so all I got, but I didn't have a choice or I would have fallen out of the sky. And my thought was like, well, I could land at an earlier airport, but then I'm like, what if I can't continue the mission or something? And the other problem is, yeah, I'm starting to get ice and whatever, so I don't want to be up here. Now I have less because, oh, why did it say? Oh, okay, because I do have expenses. So now if I look, do I finally have... No, I still don't have... I don't know. Yeah, the whole thing is a little goofy. Because I thought, oh, maybe I got insurance. But I guess this is probably right. But yeah, at this point, like, I don't want to be flying up north. My plane was starting to freeze up, was the problem. So that's not good. And again, yes, I did fly up here. And so, yeah, there's no freelancer jobs here. My only ones are still the ones I had, and they just continue to be in worse and worse locations. I don't have any down here in Florida. Like, I just don't know that I find this helpful at all. You know, if I go to employee here, I mean, again, all I'm finding are private charters. So all in all, this career mode is now starting to fall apart on me here at the high level. It was interesting. It looked like maybe they could do something with it, but they don't offer a whole lot of missions. All right, this is like the first aerial firefighting one I've seen. That's interesting. So I don't know. I'm just really disappointed with how things have played out, is all I can say. Because it's also like literally sending you to the same places, is the other thing I've discovered. So I'm going to kind of the same airports I've been to, and so while there's a bunch of missions in theory, they don't really do much different. So I may poke around a little bit in other areas, you know, just try to, you know, unlock the passenger transport and this and that. But yeah, this company thing is far from adequate. Because as I said, you go freelancer, like, I don't want these. I mean, this one's okay, because it's further south, so maybe you know, and these are, but then I'm paying all these transport fees, and like, you'd think there'd be more jobs, and there clearly are not either, which is making things difficult compared to a typical career series. Like, usually there's a lot of things you can do. And once again, it's not like, ooh, I can only carry cargo. I mean, I have a plane. I mean, I get it maybe doesn't have seats in it because of the cargo thing. I don't know. So you can see I'm struggling with if this makes sense or not. But just for interest, commercial pilot, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to take the exam here, as I said. It's $3,500. You know, it comes from the same pool of money, so that's okay. Alright, so I basically have to take off, get to the river, follow the river, and hopefully make it. I think this will be a disaster, but it's worth a shot. Alright, so we'll get up here, remove the rotor cover, and then the pitot. Alright, so I think it's because I didn't map that key here, because I've not been flying anything.
This short test is the last step towards completing your helicopter commercial pilot license. I know that you have been training for this with the Cabri G2. It's only logical that this is the rotorcraft that you will be flying today. As your pilot examiner, I am tasked with making sure that you perform a safe flight today. You will be taking off from Burnbelt Airport and performing a small cross-country flight towards Thun Airfield. Follow basic safety rules, apply the concepts that you learned throughout your lessons, and I'm sure that you will be doing fine.
It's like it's the opposite. Like, the power is where I want it to be, but the RPMs are going down. So this is what I mean, like, something isn't working.
As your pilot examiner, I am tasked with making sure that you perform a safe flight today.
Alright.
You will be taking off from Burnbelt
So
and performing a small cross-country flight.
This is my fourth attempt, really, here.
Throughout your lessons, and I'm sure that you will be doing fine.
I still don't know exactly what's causing my potential issues.
With Romeo request taxi to the active straight-out departure.
Contact tower on 121.025 when ready.
So I am trying to get off. So basically we have to make about a 9-mile flight.
Via taxiway, Kilo Alpha 674.
So I'm working on my collective here. I know I need to get, you know, about let's see, I'm starting to float, so I'm gonna try to stick with what I have here. Okay, I need to get my collective a little bit higher, but not too high. We don't want to go crazy here. Alright, so a little bit more than I want. I'll straighten this out. Now I'm going too high. Yeah, I know. Ugh. Ah. That was bad. And now my collective is too high. Oh boy. So I don't know, I've never gotten the hold short, but maybe this will work. Oh, look at that. I've never gotten that.
Burn Tower, November 2, 90674, ready for straight out departure at runway 14.
So I know I need to go up a little bit here.
Straight out departure approved.
Come on.
Cleared for takeoff runway 14.
I'm trying to get up enough here. Alright, okay, now I need to stop that rotation. Okay, I'm having much more difficulty here. Normally by now I'd be higher up, so I'm not enjoying that. But I think we're okay here. Now I need to turn a little bit. Okay, so I think we're good. And then we climb. And we need to get to like 2,500. Okay, so I think I need to get myself a little bit. Let's see. Looks like maybe I'm a little too much. I was looking at my pedals very quickly. Okay, and then we have to get to 2,500. And this is the challenge, so again, because I have to stay on the stick, on the cyclic forward. So my best guess, I did post a video about, like, please help me with my controls. I'm thinking there's still some issue with the throttle, like I haven't moved the throttle at all. I think as soon as I move that, it's going into some sort of reverse thrust. But I don't know for sure. So, alright, we're gonna see. Because, like, yeah, it tells me I'm at 2,500, and you can see where I'm going, but at some point, like, the cyclic should slow me down. You can see we've still got 8 miles. I can get myself moving to, so I'm gonna go up a couple on the collective. So you can see now suddenly I'm at like 90. Because the further forward I lean, then that lowers me a little bit. Because basically I think I'm getting a little bit of a down draft or something. I don't know. I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about, and I'm totally guessing. But I'm pointing my nose down, obviously, and I think that then requires more collective input to go higher. But again, I'm gonna go up a couple again. And so yeah, I'm trying to be very careful. So I got really close to landing. It just, because the first time I tried this, my controls just, because I tried to move the throttle, and basically I went from 530 RPMs and all I did was keep falling. I could never get it to rise again, even though I could see, because basically that white power that is sitting there is my throttle. The blue is the collective, and that percent is the collective, I believe. And so I was having that. Alright, now I need to go down one. And again, I got myself going like to 90 at one point. So we'll see. As you can see, like I'm just keeping a standard pressure here.
674, leaving my airspace
And yes, this
frequency change
is
approved.
normal here at this hill.
Bird Tower,
So it's
November,
obviously
29674 frequency
testing
change.
that, but you can see now we're up to 80, but we're, yeah, I think we're okay. Oops. I'm going down a bit, I am. So I think I have to get within 3 or 4 miles and stay within this height again. So you can see, like, if I slow down, like, suddenly I rise really fast. Like, there's just a lot going on with the helicopter.
Lima Sierra Zulu Whiskey Traffic November, 296,746 miles north, 2,300 feet inbound to land runway 14.
So now I'm going 90, which is, you know, a good clip. I think for anything. I mean, certainly a helicopter. I mean, it looks like I can go 130, but I'm sure that requires, you know, because I'm pushed pretty far forward here. And I'm sure I can do other things. Because this is where I think the elevator trim, this is where I could do some things. So yeah, now I'm rising up again. Alright, well, it looks like I think it gave it to me, so now I'm less worried about being way up here. So as we get to long final entry, there is some power lines. I don't know if we truly have to clear them, but I'm not testing it. I mean, because in theory we would have to. But, you know, so we're going down here a little bit, so I'm not a big fan of this. You know, and it's like, how do we keep, so there's a tower there, but that's not the one. Because what I don't want to do is get really high up, because then the problem I have, so the first time I had the power issue. Then I've tried twice, and that was yesterday, and I'm like, oh my god, I just can't even get the controls to work. So, and then I came in, and so the first time I got here, like each time I've gotten to the airfield, but I came down, I bounced, and then I hit a tree, and I crashed, and it ends immediately. The second time, I was able to figure out how to hover, because in theory, I'm like, well, I'm pushing forward to move, like in theory, if I let my stick go back, like it should just hover, and it kind of does, but you have to do it gently so that you're not like pitching crazy. So that was the thing I had to play with a little bit. Yeah, see, so now we've suddenly risen back up to 2,300, 2,200 type of thing. But after the long final, we've got like another mile to the airport, so there is a ways to go. We're gonna have to turn a little bit to the left. There we go. And so we're gonna announce, and here over this field there you can see the power lines appear, so I always kind of let myself go up a bit here. Because again, I don't want to run the risk of like clipping power lines, because that would be bad. But landing on the airfield has been the challenge, and so I'm trying to get to the runway, so I'm going to go a little bit more to the right, because what I've done is I've gone toward the indicator, and then clearly the runway appears to be like over here. Okay, so now you can see we're down to 80, so what I want to do is now start slowing down, because I don't want to go, but you can see now we're rising because of the whole collective thing. See, and now I'm going to try to get myself just stabilized, and so it'll pitch up, but then it'll do that, and now I'm not really moving, so that's good, I would think. So now what I need to do is get myself to go down, and that has been a problem. See, because then it goes really fast to 60, and I don't want to do that because that's too fast. And then I hit up, and then it goes up a lot faster. And then I'm suddenly hovering. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, it's gonna crash. See, now it's, and now it went up way too fast. Oh, see, this is the part that I don't know. Because what I need to do is I need to hover at like 2 feet, which is what it told me. See, and I'm sure I could do something with the throttle, but I don't want to play the game, because that would be bad. Alright, so we're going to go down 2, but it didn't really go down. See, and this is the thing. It's like, is it going down? Come on. My God. I mean, I appear to be dropping a bit, but again, now I'm... Ah! I was further away from the ground than I thought, so what I was starting to do was to decrease my... I was decreasing my collective to press myself down to the ground. So I tried to rush it again. I'm going to basically get myself over there, and we're going to try again for the 4th time. Alright, so I'm hovering here. Just trying to figure out what I do to get myself down. Because clearly we're kicking up some dust, but... we're going down 25 feet. Let's see, 30 feet. Come on. This is just not gonna go. This is so nerve-wracking. Ah! Alright, so now I want to go. Alright, so how do I... Did I not land on the airfield? I don't understand. So that's the thing, like, I've landed. I mean, do I have to land over there? Really? Like, ugh. Alright, so we'll go up a little bit, and then we'll just kind of, again, try to move like we did when we were taxiing. So that should be around the 70 mark. Come on. Alright, so let's head over there. Alright, go up a little bit more. Whoops, that's too much, I'm sure. So yes, I'm just going to drag myself along the field here, because if I don't take off... Oops. I need to go up, not down. A little bit higher. Alright.
You passed the test. Congratulations.
Ooh.
There's a few things that you could have done better, but that was a solid performance.
Alright, so... I mean, it's better. But yeah, clearly... Control and... Is it control in space? Oh, okay. To apply the rotor brake. Okay. so I just have to hold it. Alright, well, I passed. It told me that. So, amazingly, wow, handling was good. God, that was quite good, scarily. I didn't really respect the traffic pattern altitude, but that's okay. Alright, but that gets me my first rotorcraft, so it allows me to fly a helicopter for compensation or higher and perform lots of fascinating jobs. And then we can now fly that. And so again, we can do turbine engine. This is what? Oh, I can't even do powered lift rating, a future update. So I can just go in there. Okay, so none of these are saying the future update thing, right? Yeah. So I can go up that route. So better power to weight, increased carrying, and coping better with hot, humid, and high altitude. Yeah, and then we're able to do those. So yeah, this is the one that I had done before. So they provide better, so as it said. All right, let's go ahead and try it while I'm going nuts. It did do my insurance, by the way. Oh great, steep approach landing. They can harness more power, fly higher, faster, carry more weight. This exam takes place in the world's most beautiful helicopter hubs, Queenstown Airport in New Zealand. Okay. I'm sure it's beautiful. Doesn't mean I'll be successful. So, yeah, I'm not sure how hard I'm going to try this one, but I'm just happy I got one. But yeah, this one, I know when I was, because this is the one Two-Tone Murphy was using to practice with, and so that little thing down there was kind of what was keeping me from leaving the ground, which was interesting in and of itself. But yes, this has an engine here with the turbines, and then the pitot is up front. But yeah, I think the static port made it impossible to do other things. So again, I'm going to try the same thing. I'm not going to touch the throttle. We're just going to let it do its thing.
I will be your examiner during this flight. My job is to make sure that you're able to handle the power output and handling characteristics of a turbine helicopter. You will be flying the Airbus H-125 today. A turbine helicopter powered by the Safran Ariel 2D engine, delivering over 850 shaft horsepower. Don't let the power figures get to your head. You clearly have what it takes to handle this helicopter. Stay calm, channel what you've learned in your rotorcraft training, and the certification is in the bag. And a pro tip, try not to get too distracted by the scenery.
Sure. Alright, so now we're on Q, which is interesting.
29674, ready to taxi. Straight out departure with Echo.
So in theory, this should be the same.
29674 taxi to and hold short of runway 23 using taxiway Yankee Bravo Charlie Cross runway tree 2 Charlie Alpha. Contact tower on 128.9er when ready.
Right. And again, I'm letting this kind of do its thing.
Yankee Bravo Charlie Cross runway tree 2 Charlie Alpha 674.
Alright, so there's the helipad. So we'll see if I move the collective. Okay. So this moved a lot quicker. Well, not necessarily. It just got to 80 a lot faster. I don't want to go too high. Okay. Well, this definitely has more forward thrust, I'll tell you that. So, okay. So I don't have to stop. I hit Q. Maybe not. Alright, is it doing something again that it shouldn't be? Okay, press Q for takeoff clearance. Let me rotate here. I'm just wondering if I'm not on the helipad properly. Oh, see, Q is doing something weird. Alright, so trying to get where I need to be here, so we'll get going. It didn't really go up properly, but again, I'm just trying to get where I need to. So am I at 1700? Now I am. To the crosswind leg. Okay, now we want to get to the downwind leg. Okay, so I should be able to maintain my 1700. Yeah, this is faster, that's for sure. Alright, that time it seemed to take it.
Queenstown Tower, November 29674, is 1 mile northeast, 1,800 feet with echo to land.
November 29674, Queenstown Tower. QNH 10, 1 tree fly, right traffic runway 2 tree.
Okay.
Fly right traffic runway 2 tree 674.
Okay. So now I want to get near the helipad. We're going to lower the collective a bit. And again, I need to stop. I need to stop my forward motion. So now we're gonna try here to go down but not go nuts, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna scooch over to the side. But again, it's that ridiculous collective thing. Come on. Okay, we're going down a lot. Okay. Oh my gosh. See, like 1600 is... that's fast.
Contact ground on 118.1.
Going to 118.1674.
Okay, so what if I skip to shutdown? Because I just didn't get myself to... I didn't get myself to the parking. But in theory, it might have gotten me there. I'm not looking for it to be pretty right now. And yes, I am holding my rotor brake. So clearly that takes a while. I'm thinking she didn't say anything that I made it, so I don't know. We'll see.
Great job. I would have only done a few things differently if I were you, but that was some solid flying.
Well, so it says I passed, so we got a B, so we did okay. Ugh. So I'm fumbling my way through, which is what I was hoping. Alright, and then we get that. And so yes, there's a hook, a hoist, and airline transport pilot, rotorcraft, or hook. So equipped with a hook, ideal for transporting external loads during flight. So at this point, before I do anything else, let me go see like what we've got. So we have passenger transport, and then we have flight seeing. Okay, and we have to do rotorcraft missions. But right now I have the turbine engines, so I could do search and rescue. Okay, I can't do search and rescue hoist. I can't do cargo. I could do agricultural aviation. And then, yeah, you need the airline transport pilot rotorcraft. So that's the construction stuff. But yeah, so the levels, I'm basically done. It's just, you know, do I do other pieces? So let's see. Because the question is, like, am I just doing the hook part? So allows you to fly helicopters equipped with a hook attachment, ideal for transporting external loads, critical for remote cargo and aerial construction, because it's only 4 minutes. So I'm going to try this. Alright, and so... Alright, so it looks like I'm going from... No, I see. So yes, we're taking off airborne, then we have to go hook something here and then go take it up there. It does not seem simple. I'll be retrieving a generator at Pic du Midi du Bigorre in the French Pyrenees before delivering it to the observatory on top of the mountain. So, yeah. I'm thinking this is going to be beyond my capabilities, but we're going to try it. Because in theory it's fast, because it just says 4 minutes. So this does look like it. So we got like mirrors in front of us. Just again...
Well, this is it. You will be able to fly cargo lift operations as the pilot in command once you pass this test. We are going to simulate a standard cargo retrieval and delivery operation at the Pic du Midi Bigorre Observatory. Follow the indicated coordinates and fly to the retrieval site.
Okay, well, the issue is my collective is not raising me. Now I'm going up a bit, but... So, I mean, I do have to be careful that I don't, like, not clear. In theory, it looks like I'm okay, but, like, how do I... Like, how do I know if how to pick something up? I hate when the sound stops. So I'm gonna try... going... Shoot, I'm going way too high, is what I'm doing.
Transition into a hover once you are 30 feet above the cargo area.
Sure. No. Yeah, right. Like, how do I know if I'm over it? See, I don't understand why it keeps falling like it is. This? Can I magically do this? Oh. Okay, lift the cargo off the ground. So that's the collective going up. Come on, I'm getting too close to the thing here.
Time to deliver the cargo. The retrieval crew is waiting at the observatory.
Okay, I need to start turning a little bit here. I'm honestly amazed that I did what I did, so... But... it's as challenging as I figured, and a little bit interesting enough. I mean, look how small that area is. That's insane. That's just insane. So yes, I'm just barely moving here. How do you hit that small of a target? Doesn't even seem possible. And again, this thing swinging is not helping anybody, that's for sure. Oh my god. Come on. Come on, go up. If I pull this off, I'm gonna just be amazed. mean, all I'm doing is swinging this stupid thing around. Come on. I'm trying to lower it. I really am.
Good. Maintain your hover and wait for the ground team to detach the cargo.
Shit. Alright. That's hard. Alright. But I have the idea. It's going to take some practice. Clearly, I might be able to do things. I probably still need to get something figured out with the controls, because I'm guessing there are things I can do that will probably help. Again, looking down is honestly, it's disorienting because you can't entirely tell what you're doing. But yeah, so the problem was I suddenly started falling too fast was my problem, and then I couldn't recover, and then obviously I crashed. You know, we've paid for it. The thing is, insurance did get charged after a 24-hour period. I've taken my insurance down to the lowest level now, because I'm not going to be able to fly today, and then we'll see what happens, like when it goes over the next day. Does it keep charging me? Because that, again, creates a different situation, where it's like, oh my goodness, do I want to be doing that? But then it almost requires you to fly, which is not great. I mean, and again, you can do one mission and you'll be done, but I'd prefer not to have to do things within the mode, and that may be what it put me in. But I'm hoping it's because I flew some missions, so I'm hoping today, if I don't fly any, that there's not going to be any hit on my insurance. But if there is, I took it down to the basic, which is like 500 credits, and then I can always you know, adjust it if I'm going to fly or something. But I also don't want to get my credits down too low by signing up to do these other items and so forth. So, but yeah, it's intriguing for sure. I mean, I'm certainly willing to try that. I mean, you've seen what I need to do. I don't know that I need to show you when I make it, so I may try to redo that some other day. You know what I'm getting at, where I'll get that, and then I'll have the hook, and the hoist, I assume, works very similarly, where you just have to hover over a certain period of time, and then they're going to bring someone up and down. But that, again, if you can do that, that's where you're getting people out of the water and stuff like that. So, but these are exactly the type of missions I was figuring with the helicopter, where you're lifting up a piece of equipment, you're delivering it, you're saving people, you're doing construction. Again, similarly, the trick is to not have everything floating around. And yeah, the people were rushing in, but then I like yanked it off the platform, and that didn't go well. So, but that was me panicking at that point, realizing, oh wait, somehow I touched it down, but now suddenly there's a bigger problem. But if you've enjoyed this, haven't dropped a like or are not a subscriber, please consider that. And I will see you next time.